know about forest lands, government irrigation department lands, revenue etc. department lands and encroachments. Don't encroach any forest land. Don't try to occupy any forest land, jungle land, hills, because all animals and birds have to lead life in forests, jungles, hillock areas, etc. And the human beings have to lead life just away from the animals and birds areas. That's why we call as villages, cities, towns in which the humans are leading life safely. God has designed the nature like this. God's law, natural principles of law must be followed. All rules, acts, GOs, constitution, rules, memos, circulars, gadgets, etc. are created by the humans. But God's law, nature's law will never change. Example, COVID-19 gave many lessons, taught many lessons, gave teachings to humans. They are maintain distance, wash hands, face, feet wherever you go or at change of place, etc. Use mask and say namaskar instead of hugging. Not to torture animals, not to kill animals. Don't eat bloody food, don't eat ghost food, don't eat dirty food, etc. Never eat snakes meat, bullocks, cows meat, buffalo, frogs, pigs, cats meats, bats, dogs, monkey, donkey, etc. meat. Don't do sins. Don't commit any cruel, criminal, cheating, fraud, bribing activities, etc. So many lessons. So, my dear friends, my dear people of all nations, and the global people, follow true God's law. Sometimes in critical stage, or when sins of people and politicians, fraud and sins are risen too much, then God and nature will teach some important lessons. They are COVID-19, earthquake, critical diseases, floods, major accidents, incidents, wars, fires, etc. Many and so many. So, you must not violate God's law and nature's law. Mind it, note in your diary. If not, you will all die and the earth will collapse. And don't encroach government lands, forest land, irrigation department lands, canals lands, tanks, lakes lands, and wagus lands, reservoirs, rivers lands, revenue department land, government lands, irrigation department land, or forest department land, or any department land, others land, etc. When strict government or strict officials team come, your all encroached land will go back to government or departments and criminal cases will be booked against you. So, people and politicians not to encroach forest land, hillock lands, government lands, department lands, etc. And they should not encroach tanks, lakes, etc. lands too. Only certain piece of lands may be allotted to historic temples, projects, etc. when no disturbance to animals and birds. Departments or any government, maybe state or central government, not to allot any forest, jungle, hillock land, etc. to farmers for cultivation. Farmers not to do any cultivation on top of the hills or in the center of the jungle or at center of the jungle area, hillock area, etc. Any allotment of lands to the poor or others must be away from the toe or heel of the hills or away from the forest land, etc. So, never disturb the life of the forest, jungle, animals and birds. Follow dharma, save people and earth.